Donkey Kong Country 1 and 2 are great. 3 is... The Donkey Kong Country series was an absolute classic on the Super Nintendo. When the first one came out, we were all blown away by how impressive it looked. It didn't look like this. This looked real. This looked like reality. They put it in my Super Nintendo. The future is now. It was 1994. That was the future. But the game didn't survive off its graphics alone. It was pure platforming goodness. Tight responsive controls, different situations to mix up the platforming, hidden secrets, different environments to explore. It was paradise all bundled up into this Donkey Kong shaped island. I don't think that rock formation is natural. You see, what made Donkey Kong Country so great wasn't just one thing. Yes, the graphics were great at the time, but they couldn't carry the game by itself. What made the game great was its sense of exploration the player got from running through different environments. There are so many kinds of levels to explore, from lush jungles to abandoned mines, from forgotten ruins to crystal caverns, just to name a few. We are Diamond Tapes, Diddy. A well-composed soundtrack adds to the mysterious nature of the game and makes it feel more alive. And make sure it isn't just running to the right of the screen, secrets are hidden throughout the game to encourage the player to explore. Is there a secret button as well? There's no poop in this one here. Come on, I need to know, I need my fix. And once you break that wall and you hear that bonus room jangle, everything feels so right in the world. It's basically like, I was gonna go over that wall, but then I was like, nah, I'ma go through that wall. Boom, I got through and I got paid. Well, good job. Here's your banana, monkey. All these things were rolled into a single fun-filled game. And then Rare made a sequel. It was awesome. Diddy's Conquest is everything that a sequel should be. It took the basic principles of the first game and expanded upon the content, adding new environments, mechanics, and items to collect. It's a fantastic sequel and it can stand completely on its own merits. And then came a third game and it's... not as good. You see, Donkey Kong Country 3 is a tough game to criticize. I don't like it. I think it's inferior to its predecessors and I don't enjoy playing it. But I don't think it's a terrible game. It's functional, it doesn't crash, it doesn't leave a mess for you while you're away.
Oh jeez. Oh, what a day. Oh, that phone would not stop ringing. It just... What's that smell? I think it's coming from in here. I just... Oh no! You do that outside! Outside!
But Donkey Kong Country 3 has always been a game that's bothered me for years. And now I get the opportunity to explain why. So why not join me as I explain why 3 is an inferior game? Would you believe that only took me 2 tries? Characters! When you play Donkey Kong Country for a little while, you will notice that Donkey and Diddy have subtle differences between them. Diddy is slightly more agile and he's better suited for platforming as a result. But he's weak!
He can't be this heavy. He can't do it. He's just trying so hard. It's just... But his heat just isn't enough.
Tagging Donkey Bow! And that is Donkey's specialty. He's used to take out the enemies that Diddy cannot. Oh, he can also ground pound his Donkey. That's a thing. In the second game, Daddy's Wrong Mess, both Diddy and Dixie are similar in that they cannot take out certain enemies by themselves. They feel like they're almost identical except for Dixie's obvious helicopter float, but again, they are more different than that. Diddy is slightly faster, he jumps better than Dixie. But Dixie can float through the air. He's also faster when maneuvering through ropes. But Dixie can float through the air. With her hair.
Her power's in her hair. She's basically Girl Simpson.
This game then introduced the team-up mechanic where you can throw your partner. Can't reach the goodies? Throw your partner. I don't want to stand on this platform. I want to stand on that platform. I don't want this girlfriend. I want that girlfriend. Okay, now you see, the problem with this scene is that the older you get, the less funny that becomes. I'm getting uncomfortable. I can't look at this. You can't be putting that in your game. I can't believe they would put something like that in a children's game. Oh, what is your problem, Diddy? The team-up ability was an important mechanic. It added more depth to the game. It could not only grab special items and reach new ground, it could also work as a makeshift barrel in certain situations. Bonus areas required the use of the mechanic and is more incentive for the player to make sure they have both characters at all times. In Donkey Kong Country 3, Dixie's couple rumbles. The problem I have with the characters in this game is that there is barely a reason to not play as Dixie. Dixie is the better platformer. If you have both characters, always choose Dixie. If you only have Kitty, quit the level and get Dixie. About to die? Switch out Dixie for Kitty so that he takes the hit and you can keep playing as Dixie.
Don't you know, Kitty? Diddy transferred. You're not going to either, are you?
Going to what?
Transfer.
Sure, Kitty can do things that Dixie can't. Only Kitty has the ability to take out these blue Kremlings. It's similar to Donkey Kong Country 1 in that regard. The problem is that these enemies are not placed in any way that would provide a challenge. Look, in the first game, the enemies are spaced apart so that both Kongs can navigate it, but it's easier for Donkey since he can jump on the enemies. If Diddy jumps on the baddies, he risks falling down the pit. There's no interesting enemy placement like this in 3. They're just in open environments. Well, okay then. But in this example, it is not a problem with how the character works. Instead, the problem lies is that there is no interesting ways to use Kitty over Dixie. Just jump over the enemy with Dixie and you're done. Great. Well, Kitty can do more than just take out the big bad guy. He can skip on water and be thrown to bash through weak floorboards. But the frequency of using those moves are so few and far between that it is almost not even worth mentioning. Perhaps I'm being too hard on the baby. Baby. Okay. Let me go off on a tangent here. I don't understand the thought process of thinking why the player would want to play as a baby. That isn't to say you can never make a game you're playing as a baby. Take, for example, the game Among the Sleep. There's contextual reason why you're playing as a baby in that game. In DKC 3, the only reason why it feels like you're playing as a baby is because, why not? Usually the player wants to feel empowered, and nothing makes you feel more empowered than knowing you're wearing a diaper underneath your footy pajamas. I'm guessing they wanted to make a heavy type character, and having a baby playing the heavy is a joke in and of itself. The thing is, if they really wanted to make a heavy type character, why even make Kitty in the first place? The two playable characters really should have been Dixie and Donkey. I'm only speculating here, but I'm guessing they really wanted to have a game with Dixie as the main character, and having Donkey playing the sidekick would have been weird. At the end of the day, however, it is just a cosmetic concern. Although I'm not going to stop hating Kitty. Animal buddies! Aww, who's a cute giant spider? Remember in the first Donkey Kong Country game, how exciting it was to find an animal buddy? Alright, I want an ostrich! I never thought I would ever hear myself say that. Which button do I press to bury my head in the sand? Animal buddies in the first game were a real treat to find. Part of what made them so much fun was their scarcity. See, they weren't in every level, and once you found one, you knew you had to take extra precaution to keep them safe. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were better acquainted with giant spikes in your face. The second game changed up the formula. Instead of making the animal buddies an extra bonus, some areas of the game require the use of the animal buddies to complete. This is fine in and of itself, as the Kongs can't do some of the things that the animal buddies can. This was more conducive to certain animals like Squawks and Squitter. You see, an animal like Rambi already controls very similar to the Kongs. Aside from Rambi's charge move, they act pretty similar. On the other hand, Squawks can fly, and Squitter can make platforms. Who looks at a box with a spider on it and says, yeah, I need to get that open? This allows level design to incorporate those elements since the Kongs cannot do those things. It's a great way to break up the usual game flow. Of course, another game had to go and mess it all up. I hate the animal buddy sections in the third game so much. I don't even know how it could have been messed up this bad. So I'm going to attempt to calmly and rationally explain the problems with the animal buddy. Screw this elephant! I hate this buddy so much! Ellie the elephant. Oh, I get it. Oh, Ellie the. Oh, she's an elephant. I get it. The elephant sucks. She's obviously the replacement for Rambi, but why you would want to replace such an iconic character is beyond me. But let's do a comparison. First off, if we're going to be honest here, Rambi handles like an unresponsive truck. Platforming with the Rhino is a pain, but he's still awesome. Why? Yeah! Rambi is an unstoppable truck. Run into an enemy? Boom! Get out of here! Rambi's a powerhouse. He's awesome. All you do is run into an enemy and they just give up. It's like they see you and they're like, oh no! And you're like, yeah, dude. And they're like, ah! And you're like, oh no! Your eyeball's stuck on my horn! I love Rambi so much. If they had the balls to replace him, surely his replacement will be just as good. I bet it feels awesome to run into enemies as the elephant. Oh, no. No, it doesn't feel good. It feels the opposite of good. So, now we have an animal who handles like an unresponsive truck and can't run into enemies. Great. That's my favorite kind. Wow! You are a tough croc! Unlike Rambi, Ellie is used to suck up water and use barrels. Two abilities that are context sensitive, I might add, and cannot be used on their own. The problem with that is it slows down the gameplay. If you don't have the water, go get the water. If you don't have the barrel, go get the barrel. There is a section where as the elephant, you must use barrels to kill mice and get past. If you get too close to the mouse, oh no, she ran away. This section is so frustrating. Just think for a second. If you were the Kongs, how would you get by this? Yeah. It's that easy. So find a barrel, shoot it at the mouse. Repeat over and over again. This is so incredibly tedious and forces an arbitrary rule on the player. Do it this way. Oh, you didn't? Well, why not? You can expect that whenever you are playing as the elephant, you are going to have to play one of these mind-numbing sections. Oh, another one! As if one bad buddy wasn't enough, they also keep making use of a purple Squawks. You know how green Squawks is self-reliant and can shoot projectiles to defend himself? Yeah, purple Squawks is too good to induce solid projectile vomit at his enemies. Instead, he chooses to lift barrels and drop them on the bad guys. Again, this goes back to the problem with Ellie, and that it is context sensitive. Get to a block path, find the barrel, kill the enemy, repeat. Just keep doing that, just keep doing that, just keep doing that. Why does there have to be so many sections that slow down the game so much?
You know what, game? I got things I need to do. I got places I need to be. I got other games I can waste my time on. Why is this boss fight taking over 2 hours to beat? I'm only human, game! Well, what do you want? Who do you want? You want Yukari? You can have her!
Okay, look at this bonus room that makes you use barrels to kill all the enemies. Tell me this isn't one of the most tedious things you've ever seen.
I need to do my taxes. What's a dependent again? Ah, nuts.
I hate these buddy sections. The game somehow managed to make the animal buddy areas a chore rather than a treat. If the animal buddies were less prevalent, I think it would actually help the game. You see, the sections happen so often that you realize just how handicapped you are playing as the animals instead of the Kongs. It's a classic example of less is more.
You are slime. Filth! You disgust me. You're terrible at Smash!
This is my favorite game in the franchise.